$2 for.
No.
Nah.
Yes, every time.
Yeah, or they just everything hits.
No, that's not what I said.
100%. Everything hits all the time.
Nope.
Hi, Internet. Welcome to Rise of Tiamat number 4. So I said I was going to say this once per stream. So this is the last one. Welcome, folks, whether you be from Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, or Periscope. We are now streaming on all of those platforms. So if you don't like watching on Twitch, and you prefer to watch on YouTube or some other format, this is your opportunity to do so. So you can, by all means, catch us there. So, this is Rise of Tiamat. Again, this happens every other week, so if you come back next Monday and say, where are all those ladies in that weird dragon layout? That's because you're on the wrong week. But don't fear not, there is always something happening on Monday. It just alternates.
Are you trying to say something about my dragon theme, Ted?
No, I meant my overlay on the screen, but
Honestly,
you can...
I don't think you have enough dragons.
Yeah.
I don't either. I just have a goblet and a stand. I'm gonna work on getting like a helmet or something.
Nice, very nice.
Nice.
Like a dragon helmet. that I
Very
used to
cool.
wear.
We'll have to see what I can come up with before Gen Con. Anyway.
Be like a goalie helmet, though.
Yeah, right, with the mask.
On it.
You could definitely get one. Like, yeah, absolutely.
That would be so comfortable for a 3-hour stream.
Yeah, totally. It'll be fine. You just gotta get a straw for your goblet.
Yep.
And then when you get further on in the game, we can watch you do this.
Nah, try to grab it.
Attractive.
Yes, always. So, anyway, this is the 4th episode. You guys can catch up on previous episodes if you want. They are available on Twitch and YouTube. And I do try to restream the previous episode, so if you could have logged in beforehand and caught up on what you missed. But I am going to have these ladies give you a little bit of a recap as I run and just grab coffee. It'll be 2 seconds. Also, it'll be great for Laura to get a recap, even though she watched it because she wasn't here last time. So I just piloted her. But it'll also be interesting to see how good of notes they took.
Well, if you're not here, Ted, how can you see?
I just trust.
Good notes?
I just trust you.
Okay.
But also, I did want to say I'll put a link in by the time I get back. Oh, my last thing about multiple overlays. The stuff you're going to see on screen for notifications and stuff is only for Twitch because I haven't had a chance to set it up. I don't even know if I can for 4 different platforms at the same time, but I'm going to try. When I get back, I will throw up a link because Claire made me be ambitious enough to make Nerd Immersion t-shirts. So those are a thing now that you guys can just go pick up. I have stickers upstairs that she ordered, and I think I ordered a hoodie and a notebook for your D&D note-taking. But I'm going to... What?
I said represent.
Yeah, also, there will be additional things added in the future. Like, I am working to update some stuff, so we'll have a Belladonnas t-shirt option. You get a Belladonnas t-shirt and a notebook and a coffee mug or whatever, that kind of stuff. So that...
A coffee mug.
So we'll work... That's...
Give you a wine glass.
Yeah.
If...
Being honest.
It doesn't give me the option, but you can drink wine out of a coffee mug. I won't judge you. Alright, I will be right back. Oh, speaking of the stickers, look at that. As if, hey Claire, you want to bring me my coffee too? See? Boom. These are...
Those are cool as hell.
So we got all these. We got
Put it in my binder.
We ordered a bunch of these. So now I can be cool and I can go tag, you know, gas station signs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cool.
I'm so cool. I know, right?
Cool, Ted.
You don't even know the half of
Don't
it.
let the cops catch you.
What up?
Wild man.
Get immersed, Popo. Oh, sorry, I'm dying because I can't say things like that. But that's okay. So anyway, these things do exist. There's actually a couple different designs right now, but there will be more. We'll try to do some fun stuff for the various streams, like a Belladonna's one and a Dancing John's one and stuff like that. But yeah, and then whatever else you guys come up with, we'll see what we can do. Also, it's TeePublic, so like 9 times out of 10 they have like 30% off sales, so you can get the t-shirt for like $12. So it's pretty good for a custom t-shirt. Coffee. So that worked out. I still gotta get my dice though. So hang on. 2 seconds, and then you guys can tell me what your notes say.
Oh,
And then
Jesus.
we'll have validation on whether or not your notes were accurate.
He did all the...
Your dice. And I'm back. Tell me what happened last time.
Okay, so we started off immediately. We headed out of town. Leo said bye to everybody in his threesome party. It was great. And then we set out for 10 days of travel to Borskire Bridge in the Daggerford Hills, right? And then we basically didn't fight anything that entire time. We found some ruins that were clearly burned by a dragon, but that didn't go anywhere. And then we found an unmarked grave that had giant tracks, and that didn't fucking go anywhere. And then we made it out of there, and then we came to the town. It's a little trade community. I don't know. Does it have a name?
Yeah, it's just the Borskire Bridge.
Okay.
The bridge, it doesn't have a name. The community is just built around the bridge itself.
It was like a big old tent city, and then we met some really cool dancing paladins. I have no idea why they were dancing, but they were just like fucking partying.
The Ellen DeGeneres paladins, yeah.
Yep, and it was...
When I watched the episode, I was like, these guys are suspicious. Why aren't they insight checking them? I was like, I don't trust anything that's happening right now.
We were
Like,
just
jeez.
having a great freaking time.
No, don't trust it.
Yeah, and then we tried to find the fanciest tent in the area, but there really wasn't one, so we were directed to the roadside inn. Wait.
Yep.
Bolo. Bolo.
Yeah, by Bolo, who is not Bolo.
No.
Who was a halfling man who said, oh yeah, that dwarf you're talking about, he was super cool. He killed this snake guy because he was clearly trying to spy on us. Yeah, but then he got stabbed. He got super stabbed. So apparently, yeah, this purple dwarf guy in the robes was in town. It showed up with like a posse of like 12 barbarian dudes, and only stayed long enough to stab this guy and then head out of town, and everybody thinks he's a hero. Because they're really suspicious of the Yuan-Ti that live in the Serpent Hills, which may be why they're called the Serpent Hills, but we don't exactly know.
Or maybe it's because of that giant naga.
Yeah. Did you want to jump in, Katie, or?
I don't care.
Okay.
You're doing a great job. You keep
All right. Okay. And so while we were in town, we made sure to get enough water to go into the desert. We heard about some dangers out there, that there are all these ancient tombs that are filled with undead shit, and we're like, oh, that's awful. And then we met some halflings called the Grinning Ponies, was their like the name of their gang, and they had horrible names like Dorigardo and Spider Topolino and.
Don't go hating on Dorigardo and Spider.
Like show with alternity.
Yeah, come on, don't be hating on my boys.
Which are just bizarre. But we left the horses with them because they told us that the horses probably wouldn't do so hot. So we took Midnight and Crazy Eyes across the desert. No, we left Crazy Eyes also.
Yeah, you left Crazy Eyes. It's just Midnight.
So we just have Midnight. And then, yeah, we got enough water and provisions to go out into the desert, and we started rolling random encounters through there, and we found some super lame goats that were assholes. And then we found a giant dead naga that was all rotted and shit in the middle of nowhere, and then we almost got attacked by lizard folk, but we hid, and they passed by peacefully, because, you know, it's not my city, you know? And then day 4, we showed up at the ruins of a place in a tomb that we found out was the Tomb of Diderius when Leosin messaged us through the stone and said, hey, Barum is looking for this tomb of Diderius, and it's got a magic divination pool. And we're like, cool. And then we killed some trolls that were skulking around and found graves of cultists or whoever in the party and a half-burned campfire, and then we went inside and we talked to some statues. We did a lot of shit, guys. Yeah, we talked to some statues and they're like, oh man, do you want knowledge or wisdom? And we're like, knowledge! And then they're like, okay, as long as you're respectful, and we're like, cool. And so we went in and we put some flowers all over the fucking place. Maybe talked about taking our shoes off, but we didn't. To be respectful, and then we found out the door had already been busted the hell down, so we're like, uh-oh, and I put the door back, and then we went in this room, and there were all these crazy-ass wizard statues with evil eyes, and I got a voice in my head that says, don't look at the statues, so we didn't, and we got through. And then we got to a room that had a big mosaic of a guy fighting a chimera on the floor, and then it attacked us, but we kicked its ass, and that's where
And to clarify on that, the chimera was made out of mosaic tile, not an
Yeah.
actual chimera.
No.
So when it would turn sideways, it would basically only be 1 inch thick, so it was harder to hit. Very cool stuff.
Well,
Puked tiles at us.
I was sad
It
I
was
wasn't there for
awesome.
that because that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is, for those of you who have Rise of Tiamat, or I'm sure if you're clever with your Google searches, and look up the customization animated tile creature, it has what you can get if you want to make any character an animated tile mosaic for your campaign. It's a little sidebar, so anybody can do this with any creature. Basically, all it does is take whatever that creature is and just make it better. Because it gets resistances and things like that.
I'm immediately spilling out of my cup again.
Nice.
Please no, we just
It's
started.
hard. It's hard to drink out
Off to a good start. Also, Celeste, we may have to talk. I may have to see if we can't pay you in the future to just do episode recaps. Like 5 minutes for all of my shows. This is Celeste with a recap of and read off the list, and then just like you just did. And then we did these things, and they were flowers, and there was a wizard guy. Don't look at the statue, so we didn't look at the statue, and then we moved on. So
I do recaps for the Venture Raiders podcast every week now because it took so long when we did it in game, so I'm used to the bizarre, the 1 minute 30-second recap.
no, it's great.
Can I just say one thing from the time that I was missing?
Yeah.
What was my report that I got from the Primp Pie within the week that...
Oh, Ted.
Oh, that's
what
right.
Happened?
That's
How's the
right.
business?
I forgot.
She is directed to report into me at the end of the week.
That's right. It has
Our job
been.
depends
Well, how many? It's 10. Well, again, in Faerun, a week is 10 days.
Well,
Sit through.
Still been a
It's still been 10 days,
Been
I
a
know.
week. It's been 14 days.
It's been 14 days. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. The report you get back is business as usual.
Good to hear.
Nice.
Um,
Hell yeah.
so, okay. So let's continue from where we are. So you guys, hopefully, should see on the map, viewers should see the map. It should say the 3 characters, and it should have the animated tile chimera, which is dead, but I'm going to leave it there, just in case.
Not suspicious at all.
So we'll see. Anyway, where would you guys like to go? You know, there's the door immediately to, I guess it would be, if we're going to just treat this as cardinal directions because it'll be easier, the door to the north has safe written on it in chalk. And then there's the tunnel that clearly heads down to the south that you guys can see a little bit down just from looking down the hallway. And then there was a set of double doors in front of you, plated in corroded copper, engraved depicting a group of wizards peering over a pool of water. That's the door to the east.
When you guys defeated the Chimera, did it like just disintegrate or did it go
It
back in?
fell back into place.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's totally intact.
It looks just like a regular, it's totally intact. And again, I will just point out that there's a knight in plate armor wielding a glowing sword that's fighting the Chimera, just to paint you what it looks like again. And it looks like a regular Chimera just made out of tile, right, on the floor. And again, yes, safe written on the door in chalk to the north, and then the door to the east has this corroded copper, plated in corroded copper with an engraving depicting a group of wizards kind of peering down into a pool of water.
Okay, real quick before we do anything, I'm going to take a healing potion because apparently I got wrecked last time.
Hang on. My mistake if I read that wrong because I just was doing it quick. You took 26 points of damage. That's all you.
Okay.
I just did it because I was doing it quick to keep track as we were going through. You don't have 26 hit points left. You took 26 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I normally don't do that, but I did not have time to do math and still have everything going. So
Right. Okay. Well, I have to do math real quick then.
yeah.
So to the south is a tunnel. It doesn't have a door.
It does not have a door. And you can see down it as much as your dark vision will allow you to see.
Okay, I'm still going to take a healing potion though. 'Cause
That's fine.
that's still, like, half.
And just there's one more piece about that door to the east. So again, there's these wizards peering down into this pool on this copper engraving, and there is an oversized figure of a male wizard at the top of the image with his hands raised as if he's to be summoning something from the pool.
Okay, I got 16 points back.
$10, that's Diderius.
Did
Maybe.
you
Well,
guys
I
practice
mean-
room for traps when you got in here, or did you just...
No, we got attacked immediately as we walked
Yeah.
in.
Correct.
Immediately got boned.
Well, I mean, I hate to be the that guy, but I mean that door's safe. Maybe we should check that one out first.
It doesn't imply that somebody's been in here and gone through that way.
Yeah, I think the whoever we're following, I mean, they might be exploring this tomb. If they're looking for that, and I point at the picture of the gazing pool, Leo said that they were after a divination pool or something. So
Yeah, I don't think he gave you too much information, but it was some sort of divination pool, a large pool that had some degree of divination magic. What it is, you might find more information if you travel through. You'll just have to find out.
Leo really wants to take a look at that, like, picture of the sword on the floor and see
Okay.
if it like looks specific or any other details
Sure.
we can gather.
Make me a perception check or investigation check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Sure.
Yay. Do you roll guidance or do I do? I know you were doing it.
I've just been doing it.
Okay.
+2.
It's more
Okay,
rolling
and
for
then
Katie. It's fun that way.
Then an 18.
Okay.
So I'm starting with your dice again. We're gonna keep doing it.
Okay. Looking at the sword, you can make me either a history or arcana check with advantage because you like swords a lot.
I really
Guidance.
like swords a lot.
Yep. Guidance. Sure.
+2.
Okay, so a 16.
You would guess based on your knowledge of swords and how much you love them and the research you've done over time that this appears, from your guess, to be a sun blade. So basically a lightsaber, for those of you who are unaware. A sword that is a handle and its blade is literally made of sun.
What?
In the mosaic. It doesn't appear to be a physical sword you can attain,
I know.
but...
I can still be excited. What
Yeah.
color is it? Is it a blue lightsaber?
Yeah, it's a blue lightsaber.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm just staring at the floor like I sigh.
And like it's not actually glowing enough to throw light, but like the tiles are painted in such a way that it gives off that glow to it, if that makes sense.
Is the fighter on the floor wearing any like recognizable crests on his armor, or is it like a general?
No, he's in, like it's like regular steel colored plate mail with, accompanying helm. And it's not like any kind of like ostentatious helm either with wings or crests. It's like your typical knight, like visor down, kind of pointed visor, you know what I'm talking about, like the traditional knight.
It's all business.
Yeah, and he's got a shield, but it's just like a wooden kite shield, no iconography. Actually, I lied. The shield has a dragon on it. Gold. Oh shit! Hey guys, remember how I was telling you about those sweet Nerd Immersion notebooks? Look what just arrived in the mail today, along with this is for Wesley, but the Splat design and Nerd Immersion T-shirts. So we got here's a regular. There's the Splat design, the new design, and then we got another Splat here, and then we got a classic Nerd Immersion right here.
Nice.
So, very cool. Thank you, hon. Do you want to take these back upstairs if you don't mind? I'll keep the notebook down here. Thank you. Oh shit, these are for me? What up, cinnamon rolls?
Your life is awesome right now, today.
Yeah, you guys should get a Claire if you can. I highly advise that you get a that if you get. She does, but they are both married with 2 kids each.
Hope is gone.
But yeah, anyway, the notebook, pretty cool. Just a regular lined notebook, but, you know, either way.
Always useful.
Now I could be like, when I'm out doing interviews at conventions, like, oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? Let me just write in it like this.
Wow.
My notes notebook is almost gone, so I'm gonna need one of those.
Well, there you go.
From, Rise of
Well,
Tiamat.
again, when I finish it, you can get a nice Belladonnas notebook. Yeah. Anyway, I'll work more on that later on. So anyway, yes, it's a gold dragon, but it doesn't look like what you know to be a gold dragon in Dungeons and Dragons terms. It looks like your stereotypical, like, British, English, medieval, like, dragon design. It just happens to be gold in color.
Got it.
Which is weird to you in a world where dragons are so clearly, like, defined that this is this generic. It's a little strange.
Did the Chimera make any noise when we were fighting other than like shifting of mosaics?
Oh no, it did roar. It did have audible, like, it made noises and grunts when you hit it.
I'm gonna go down towards the knight and be like, can we have your sword?
Leo's like,
Tap on it.
It doesn't make any.
Well, that's a bummer.
it would have been too easy.
I know.
For a second there, I thought about just being like, he's like, yep, sure, here you go.
I would have died. And
But it's like, it's literally made out of tiles, so it doesn't have any of the effects. It's just like a tile sword.
it like falls in my hand.
Yep.
It looks like the Minecraft sword.
Yeah, it's only wieldable by other tile creatures.
No. Okay.
If you turn it sideways, you lose it forever.
Yeah. Oh shit, I dropped it. Where the hell did it go? Crap.
Can I, while they're checking out the tiles on the floor, can I go check out the safe door and see if it's trapped? Like, maybe it's like a trap that somebody set, like, oh, this door's safe, you should come through here.
Okay. How are you checking it?
Just kind of like inspecting the outside. I don't know. I'm not necessarily a rogue, but I'm sure Mir would have taught me a couple things.
Well, she taught you a couple things. You can make me an investigation check.
Oh boy. What's that mean?
Oh, ask Rosalind. She'll tell you all about it.
Okay, 14 plus 5 equals 19.
You don't get the feeling that there's any traps, but it does. You do feel off-put. Like, it says safe. Is it though?
Yeah, that's what my concern was.
Well, let's pick a door.
It's just like, no, this is a pretty good way to trap something, or a pretty good way to get people to never go in there because they're just gonna assume it's trapped.
I feel like the one with the wizards over it is the creepiest, but also that has the best indication of what we're looking for.
I really want to check out this safe door. I mean, this guy didn't know that anybody was following him, right?
Not that you're aware of.
Yeah. Well,
So if
we
they
did
had
make
marked
a lot
it,
of noise with the trolls, I would assume.
that was like super far outside.
I wasn't here, so I'm not sure.
I don't think it was that far.
I mean, the
there's at least
hallway-
one room.
10, 20, 30, 40. The hallway that you came from the room you were in was 40 feet long.
And then there was the big room with the weird wizard statue.
I'm sorry, that was that room. My mistake.
Oh.
That was a 40-foot long, doored on either end hallway. And again, the larger squares on the map itself, the larger black rimmed squares, are 10-foot cubes. Each little tiny square within the square is where you guys are. That's 5 feet. So you can see you are quite a distance away where you encountered the trolls outside.
Right. Yeah, and if there was anybody waiting in there, they would have heard us fight this thing, so...
Correct. And you guys are, you doubt that you would probably assume that the trolls no one heard, just because it's also a tomb set in the side of a mountain, you know? So.
Are there any traps on it?
You're checking the wizard door?
No. I'm speaking to Odella.
I was gonna say, I think he's asking me.
I see.
I don't have a very strong Leo, voice game, but it's slightly lower and more broy.
That's fine.
I got it. I got you.
You know.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not a professional by any means, but it doesn't look trapped, but it's just giving me the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
I push it open with my staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rosalind
Back
pushes
up.
open the door. It is not locked. So you push open this door. And inside this room, which you can walk into yourselves, I think you can just go through the wall.
Like ghosts.
I think so. Nope, not that one, Rosalind.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Sorry.
To the
Oh
north.
wait, you're telling us on roll 20. I was like.
Yeah. To the north. There you go. You guys can just walk through the... I didn't... There's a way you can set up and roll 20 borders so that people are locked out.
Mm.
Leah's in front.
Okay.
Leah's always in front.
So...
Makes sense.
He'll run to get it.
So this room, you can see in the middle there, that circle is it's a well. It's a pool of water. It holds water at the moment. Let's see. There's a bronze bucket on a rope sits nearby it, and there's an empty basin 8 feet up along the north on the wall itself, with stone steps leading up to it. There's also a brass lever that protrudes from the wall near the basin. Sides of the well itself, looking down, seem to be covered in bright red mushrooms, like down in the water.
Nature check.
Okay.
Guidance. Ooh, nice. 25.
Okay, so these mushrooms, if disturbed, will they kind of have a secretion on them, which will make the water stain as though it looks like it's blood. They also can be eaten, but they have the taste and texture of raw liver if picked and eaten.
Delicious.
You know this, Rosalind. Probably from a bad experience one time.
Back in college.
Well, you don't know what liver tastes like anyway, but...
I'm trying to decide if it's worth the joke to pick one up and just... I'm not gonna do it. I'll just tell them what it is.
There's also sleeping rolls and camping gear kind of scattered around the room, as if people were staying here. Potentially as a safe room.
I'm nervous that we're gonna go back outside and then Chimera is just gonna attack us again.
Yep.
Well, we're all in here. How many sleeping rolls are there?
An indeterminate amount, like a scattering. I mean, I can give you a number if you really want.
I want to know how many people are down here. So how many pillows?
There are 12 pillows.
12 pillows.
Sure.
So, assuming not everybody's a fancy boy and needs multiple pillows.
Well, they could
there are
also be
12.
going in shifts, maybe.
Well, we know that the guy, so Varum was here and he had 12 people with him. But there was also the camp outside and a bunch of shallow graves. So I'm not really sure. If
There were
those
graves? I missed
There were
that part.
graves. Yeah. So there were, what, like 5 graves? Or
Yes?
I think I wrote it down.
So gruesome.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I feel like the bodies have been there for like 2
7 graves.
7 graves. So that's kind of maybe it wasn't them. I have no idea. Maybe this tomb is just a real popular tourist spot.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
there were people here before and they killed them and then buried them outside.
also, Roswin, you noticed too, with your high nature check, that there's like a very faint aroma in the air from these mushrooms. It's a very faint, metallic, like sanguine, blood smell. And you recognize that it was very similar to the smell of the water from the well outside where the trolls were.
This is the connecting point, maybe?
And then again, you've got your base, your bucket, your basin, and the stairs leading up to it, and the lever.
What does it look like the lever goes to? Leo is inching towards.
I have to ease my you.
Just like one.
Wrong lever, wrong.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
-3.
All right, so 15.
Okay, you have the distinct feeling that this lever, when you pull this lever, whatever liquid is contained in the basin will shift somewhere else. Like it's like a lever that's gonna tilt it and drive the liquid from the basin elsewhere.
Is this like a magic toilet, Ted?
I don't fucking know.
Magic toilet.
We pee in it, it flushes somewhere else. Are you serious? Does it look like a giant urinal trough?
No. And there again, there's a well right next to you and a bucket next to the well. The bucket is made out of bronze, and the basin on the wall is made out of bronze, and the lever is made out of bronze.
That's a fancy toilet. Okay. Any other doors or anything leading out of this room?
Nope, that's it. Just a circular room with a well in it.
Well, if we get tired, this seems like a good place to set up shop. I mean, it's clearly safe.
People don't come back.
Well, if they come back, I guess that sort of solves our problem for us, right? We're after these cats.
That's true.
Then we give him a ha-ha and, some of this.
The good old 1-2.
The good old 1-2.
Of course.
All right. So if there's nothing much else going on in this room, I guess let's go.
Can I search through some of the bedrolls to see if there's anything that identifies these people or any
Sure.
interesting things?
Can I help and give advantage?
Yeah, you can give her advantage. Go ahead and make me an investigation or a perception check, I guess.
+1.
Do I make it an advantage because he's helping me? Or...
Yes. Yep.
+1, so 16, 17, 18. 18.
Okay. Yeah, there's no real. I mean, these are very basic, right? Just like store-bought, generic. You recognize that like one or two of these seems like they may have been purchased from the camp in the Borskire Bridge area. Like,
Okay.
they're nothing too crazy, right? Yeah.
Okay.
No really identifiable specifically things. And for people who are wondering, I just threw the link in the chat for the storefront for TeePublic, if you want to pick any of those designs up we talked about. But anyway. So, that's what you see there. Would you like to, or what would you like to do next?
Is there any way do I know to harvest these mushrooms without disturbing them so that they show? Is like the water already red, or
It's like a light, like rust. Like, there's no movement to the water at the moment, so harvesting them, it's tricky. You could try.
Is it worth it?
You haven't told anybody else, so they don't know.
Yeah.
I did tell them.
Oh, did you tell them? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
I tried to decide if I wanted to make a joke and pretend like I was bleeding out of the mouth, but then I decided against it.
I mean, if, you do you. If that'll make you happy. Maybe they'll be useful. I don't know. It seems like we're in a puzzle sort of situation.
I mean, I'll leave them. I was just thinking if we get all messed up, I could pretend to be dead and splatter them all over me.
I mean, that's just good fun. So I'm all
You
for it.
also would know that, like, if you were to put them in, like crunch them up and put it in, like, a water skin, it would make the water skin... I mean, it's still water, right? So it's not syrupy like blood is and thick, but it would look like it'd be like a water skin full of very watery fake blood.
Can we trick vampires with it? Oh wait.
Probably not. I'm gonna say they're pretty keen on what blood actually smells like.
Oh, okay. I mean, it seems.
I'm
like
just gonna leave it. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Let's just go. Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
go
let's.
back in first.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna go in first, and I wanna I hold my hand back, and I kick open the door and charge in with my sword, and just in case the chimera comes back.
Kick in the door.
And no, it doesn't. It's still there.
Of course, I needed to kick in the door. I wanted to draw attention. So I'm like just
That goes down
with
the
my sword
hallway.
and shield out in the middle of the room, and I go clear.
Clear. Yeah,
Like, whoa.
the room is clear.
Sweet.
Leo, perhaps in the future we don't wish to announce our presence to everybody in this
Oh.
area.
I do apologize. My voice is always louder than I anticipate.
Just
It's a problem with the theater.
if you get in the room, just give us a thumbs up if it's clear, and then we'll just come on in.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now you have the door to the east and then the tunnel that is open to the south.
I really want to look in the wizard door, like super
I'm
bad.
really
guys.
scared of the wizard door. Leo gets like a bad vibe. But let's.
Is it
I
like
mean,
the same wizards from the creepy hallway? Are they
Oh, yeah.
similar?
They don't have like the hoods up. I mean, it's hard to tell, right? Because they're generic, like they were generic hooded wizards in the hallway, and these are generic wizards with robes. They may have hoods, but you can't tell because of the way things are engraved.
yeah, the last ones didn't have faces. They just had like spiral galaxy faces.
Can I check the door for traps?
Sure, make me an investigation check.
Yeah.
+4.
Plus 4, 25.
Whoa.
Okay. So when you get up close, you notice that the door is bulging outward, noticeably from its frame, as if being pushed out towards you, potentially by the weight of the stone around it. Yeah, you're not sure what's causing that, but it gives you the feeling that there's, something is pushing against this door from the other side.
Probably shouldn't open it then. is
Yeah,
what I'm
that sounds
feeling.
like some water or something that's gonna
Yeah.
flood in. Is
Well,
the door wet?
The door is not wet. There is some corrosion on the copper on this side, but you don't see. You don't see anything on this side anywhere. You don't smell, anything acidic. It's not overly damp. The door isn't like waterlogged or soaked that it expanded to bulge the frame. Nothing like that.
Well, I mean, I'm in favor, not to, sound like a coward or anything, but we do have an open hallway.
Well, let's just go further down the hallway and we'll see what we see.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then if we need to, we come back.
Perhaps some secret will be revealed. Again, as a reminder, like, this guy is all about respect and seems like a real kind of hyper-intelligent dude, I could say, to the sky. So perhaps there's some answer we'll find about whether or not this is the right door to go in.
Okay. Let's
And
go.
I remember to be respectful, and I give like a little thanks to Diderius again for leading us straight through. You're really cool.
You're really cool.
You're really cool. And your dungeon is nice. Or your tomb. Sorry.
Where am I?
Wow. Really like this mosaic. Did a great job. Okay.
Okay, go Leo. You go first.
I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, and walk down the hallway.
Okay, I will point out to you, too, that the hallway is slanting downwards. So it's like on an angle going down.
Okay.
So how far down are you just going down to see as far as you can get? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm gonna also be looking at the walls and see if there's anything. What is it? Just like stone, or are there more?
Yeah, it is
or-
a stone wall.
Okay. What kind of stone?
Granite. Let's say.
Solid choice. Solid choice.
Did you move your? I'm trying to see if like.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm terrible at roll 20.
That's okay. It'll let you see what's down the hallway. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I was like, I don't really want to go first, but.
Oh no. Oh, that's totally. You guys were waiting for me.
Okay. So as you're moving your way down the hallway,
poke around the corner when I find the corner.
Okay, hang on. Let me scroll down on the map.
I like that we have like weird flashlights.
Yeah, that's dynamic lighting. That's how that works.
It's great. I like it.
So I think I need some extra work on some of these as well. But anyway, so you're moving down this hallway.
Also, is it completely dark in here? There are no torches.
There are no torches. I will tell you there are some areas that provide light, and
but we have not seen them yet.
When you have not seen them yet.
Got it.
I'm trying to figure out why sometimes there's light in spaces. I guess if people move their minis around, it unveils it, but that's fine. That's why I need to remember how to do all my roll 20 so you can't drop yourself outside of the wall. But anyway, so you're moving down this hallway. And you guys get to about... Where? Oh, am I not on the right thing? So you're about, I don't know, 25 feet down this hallway or so. And you notice... Okay, as you're moving down the hallway, Leo, you see that there's mosaics. There's another mosaic on the floor, this one of the sun. And as you step on this mosaic of the sun, it begins to spiral. And again, you're going downward at an angle. Let's see. Oh. And then from behind you guys, towards the top, a secret panel slides open in the wall, and something rolls out into the slanted hallway and begins to pick up speed and roll down the hallway.
Indiana Jones trap?
However, this boulder is not a boulder of stone. It's a ball comprised of hundreds of skeletal bodies mushed together into a ball. And it rolls down the hallway. I will need all three of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Whoa!
Gross.
Yeah.
Skeleton ball?
Yes, please.
I got an 18.
An 18.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my luck reroll points.
You can do that.
Because I got it too.
Fair.
And I'm not going to use your dice. I'm going to switch to mine.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Girl.
There we go. Okay, so that'll be a 22.
Okay, so...
Done for
Alright, so you all pass, so you're only going to take half damage. Okay, so that is... Oh, we'll just cut these in half to make it easy. So that is, you each, as you guys are, we're going to say that, like, for all intents and purposes, you guys are still able to move down the hallway. It's going to, like, hit you and bump into you guys, and, you know, you'll Scooby-Doo roll together out into the room as this thing's pushing behind you, because the hallway starts to get ever so slightly narrower. And as it's bumping into you, the thing eventually just kind of, like... Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't matter. It keeps rolling with you. You guys get out into the room, dodge out of the way, and it rolls up to the far side of the room. You each take 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of slashing damage from the sharp bone pieces.
Calculator here.
So 18 points totally.
Where's the calculator?
Oh. Oh, man. That, actually, let me rephrase. I guess theoretically, Whoever was in the back would have gotten hit, and they would have been the only one. My mistake.
Oh, well, that's me. You're welcome, guys.
So you take 18 points of damage. And because you passed, the skeletal arms did not grab you and pull you into the sphere so that it could roll over Roswin and then pull her in and roll over Leo.
You are so welcome, guys.
So basically it hits you, you take the brunt of it, and you guys are able to run into the room, kind of duck off to the side, and then the thing rolls, and then it's kind of, there's a door you guys can see leading out, and it's kind of like rested up against that door in that corner.
Oh my god. Leo, like, Adela is like, are you alright?
Like, dust myself off.
No, my mistake. Let me rephrase. Sorry, I misread this. As it hits into the wall, it explodes.
Jeez.
So you guys don't get hit with any damage, because you guys move into the room and it explodes out. If you were inside it when it exploded, you take extra damage.
Got it.
So there's bones scattered everywhere on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Now you guys are able to suss out what is in this room as you enter into it.
Hang on, Leo's like, are you alright?
I've been better,
I brush you off.
but I'll be okay, I guess.
I'm so sorry. Do you think I should be in the back from now on, or was this like a one-time thing?
It's a hazard. Let's just move on.
Do you want this potion of healing?
How many do you have?
I have 2 regular potions of healing, but I don't need them.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
How much is it?
2d4 plus 2.
6 is 8. Oh, take it.
Boop. Okay, let's look around.
All right, so you come into this room. And first thing you know is it smells of incense. Okay? There are rich tapestries covering the walls. On the south wall, which is, let me just check to make sure, because they usually never, of course, they never make things be accurate. So this is on the west wall, because the maps can never just be cardinal direction easy. So on the western wall is a chute, large enough that only a small character could squeeze through. Lets light in from the outside. So that's over very little. That's over on the kind of the top corner point of this trapezoid here, the top left corner. And there are also as you enter into this room, though, Leo, an unfamiliar or slightly familiar voice speaks in your head. Humility proffered in the manner of Mistral shelters those opening the way to seeking knowledge.
Okay. Mistral?
Mistral.
Humility like Mistral opens the pathway.
Yes, and you can now make me a religion check as this voice speaks to your brain. You can't give guidance because you don't know this is happening.
Yeah, I'm like...
Sorry, Katie.
Didn't you know because he just banged one of their priestesses?
That was Mistra, different priest.
Oh man, I should.
Sorry.
I get sex vantage.
Mhm.
I was like, I feel like that should count. But
Thanks
never
for
mind.
looking out. Okay, so that's an 18.
Okay. So you would know that there's a holy gesture among adherents of the fallen goddess Mistral, involving turning the head downward and raising the hands as if holding a lamp.
So turn head down, raise hand like lamp.
Like you know, up, holding a lamp up, head down. You would also know that Mistral was a version, like Mistra, the god that exists currently, was once the goddess Mistral. It's a whole long succession of dead gods, new gods, split gods, whatever. Like how Timora and Bashaba were one god years ago, and they split to be two. A whole thing. But we don't need to go into that.
Alright, so I'm like, wait. Everybody, don't walk into the room. I've had another thought. As strange as that might sound. So, and then I convey what I just heard and the symbol that I somehow know how to do.
Yes. So you can see that there is the chute leading outside, but you can only see the light, and it's too small for you guys to climb through. And there is a door, we're going to call that to the south, and a set of double doors to the, I guess that would be to the east.
Okay, so doors, one door to the south and a set of double doors to the east.
Yes, and you can see, you should be able to see those on your map as well.
Yeah, anything distinctive about the doors? Any crazy wizard carvings or...
You do see there are tapestries around the room, but they don't seem to be like tapestries of anything specifically. They're just kind of decorative wall coverings. They don't have like more fabric than actual imagery. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start putting my head down and raising my lantern.
Okay.
And in the hand that's raised or whatever, I'll take like my sword or something, and I'll shine it like a light.
Okay.
Cast light.
You're just doing that in the room?
Yep.
Okay, you do that in the room. Nothing happens. You don't know if you
sort of silly, but I'm gonna walk towards both doors and see if in the same. I feel really dumb right now.
Okay.
I told you guys. No, I had a voice in my head, and he helped us with the statues before, and I don't know. I really feel like it's yes.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on him, Rosalind.
I promise I'm not crazy.
That was a stage whisper.
I am a bard. I can hear stage whispers from wherever I am.
Keep that in mind if we ever get separated by hundreds of miles.
Just stage whisper, and I'll be there. Props in my hand.
Mm-hmm. So, you know what's really fun is there's this door to the south, and they don't reference it at all.
Oh, cool.
They're just like, there's a door. We're good.
Cool.
You know what?
Do you want to pick what's in the door?
I'm just gonna say that it's locked,
Oh.
and you can enter it from the other side because they give us stuff on that side. So there's a door, and you test it, and you're like, oh, it's locked. Wah, wah.
I don't have a thieves kit, so.
Okay, so I try the southern door, and then I turn away, and then I start walking towards the eastern door.
Okay. So yeah, you head towards this door. What do you, and you're doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the set of doors.
Cool. Do you maybe want to check this for traps?
I want to do it this time.
Maybe if one of us is like, I'm still maintaining, just like, can't hurt.
Okay.
14 plus 2 plus 2 is 18.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be trapped, you don't think?
Doesn't look trapped.
Okay, then I will open the door. Oh, I'm gonna put that. Does the gesture require both of my hands to be up? Or...
Yeah, but you could still be up and push open the door.
Okay, I will do that.
So, the doors swing open into the next room. And now you guys can move into the next room. I will
Woo! Go!
describe to you what you
Shit,
see.
there's a dude.
Whoa, there's a dude in here, guys.
There's a dude.
Dude alert!
So,
Token.
a throne on a massive dais resembling a floating cloud concealing a golden sun. Seated on the throne is a 12-foot tall, regal and well-muscled humanoid male with a flowing white beard and a purple toga.
I like his style.
Is he attractive? He sounds really attractive.
Yeah, why
All
not?
hits on him. solve this encounter.
At the
Barry.
foot of the throne is a pile of treasure containing 250 silver pieces, 6 fine silver necklaces worth 50 gold each, and a potion of fire breath, which you just know because Odella's had one before.
I know my potions.
Really
Yes.
good at counting on sight.
Yep.
So.
Also, you guys can tell without actually counting it out that there are hundreds of copper pieces and worthless bits of jewelry, pottery, etc. also on this pile.
I wonder if we're supposed to leave something.
Does he like acknowledge us at all?
And when you come in the room, it speaks to you in a soothing, magnificent voice.
Oh boy.
Ye
Yeah.
who seek Diderius' insight must first furnish tribute, that Diderius might work his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet, and depart.
What's the?
So is this like the kind of thing we're supposed to contribute? Gold? Is that what you want?
He just repeats the same phrase.
It's an NPC, guys. It's an NPC.
It's a bot. He's he
What was the
appears
throne
to be
made out of again?
yeah.
The throne, the massive dais resembles a floating cloud concealing a golden sun. It's made out of stone, but that's just what it looks like. And then he sits atop it, and then at the foot you can see there's silver pieces and necklaces and potions, and a bunch of copper pieces and jewelry and a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. I mean, we got a shit ton of money, guys. But does he want a specific type, do you think?
Yeah. No, he just keeps going. Like, as you say that again, seemingly asking a question of the statue, it repeats the same dialogue.
Okay, so is this bra like? Does he look like he's made of flesh, or is it like a
Yeah.
statue?
He
animated
appears to be
statue?
made of flesh.
How weird. Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna put down my disturbingly large ostrich egg size tadpole in amber and be like, you look like you need company.
Okay.
Set that down.
That's really precious, Roswin.
Thank you. I mean, it sucks being alone, so. What are you guys gonna give?
I'm gonna approach in my stand still because
Yep.
I don't know. And I do that, and it looks like company is absolutely what you need. So here is a token of lover, and I leave Sir Egan's well-used boxers. at the
Nice.
feet.
Okay.
Silk boxers.
Yes, sir.
they're
Silk.
so nice.
Yeah.
I hope that's there forever for the next person to find.
Yep.
Be like, what? Leo's
he
also like,
specifically mentioned the Deidus guy, right? Or
Yeah, he says,
Diderius.
Ye who seek Diderius' insight must first furnish tribute, that Diderius might work his mighty magic. Lay such tribute at my feet, or depart.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward and thinking that this is all about knowledge and wisdom. I'm going to lay down the book that I have on how to learn Abyssal.
Okay. Cool. You guys do. And you can see there is a door that leads to the north and a set of double doors that lead out kind of to the I guess it would be to the west, but southwest from where you're currently standing.
Okay, goodbye.
do you mind if we pass now, friend?
Ye who seek Diderius' insight must first furnish
Do you
tribute.
want to go north or south?
I'm in animatronic hell. Well, do we want to pop through the southwest? Because it looks like maybe we can come out the door on the north side and complete that little circle loop.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys can head down into there.
Let's look at the door for traps, and then Leo will open it.
I'll go. 15 plus 4 plus.
Yeah, investigation isn't
21.
really my thing. Leo isn't very smart.
You
If
don't
guys-
think that it's trapped.
I don't think there's traps.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay, head on in.
Oh, with my hands.
Yes, that's fine. Head on in. All of you are welcome to
My
head
shoulders
inside.
are starting to hurt.
Okay. You guys enter into the room. This room has dusty shelves and tables that are empty, but it seems as if it might have been a study where there would be books and tomes and scrolls and things contained. In the middle of the room there, you see that figure in blue who is clearly a ghost. A female ghost. So as soon as you walk in, you see her kind of manifest from seemingly, perhaps elsewhere, invisible, you're not sure. And
Hi.
she just sits there. And do you is that typical Roswin?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, and she kind of just has her hands, in front of her, and she's just floating, absent-mindedly, and she says, "Hello."
What does she look like? Like, what's her race?
She is a human woman. She's not unattractive, but she's not like.
She's a ghost.
She's a ghost.
Not out for that, Ted.
Hey man, I don't know.
Some people have checklists, Virgil.
Some people have Ghost was not on his checklist.
To-do list? Ghost.
Just dragon. He just wanted to have sex with a dragon. That's all he wanted to do. Not a ghost. And he did want to have sex with a succubus because he's like, oh, I gotta find out. But that's another story for another campaign. So yeah, she just sits there floating idly and says, hello, and when you say hello, and that's about it.
What's your name? My name's Roslyn.
She says, my name is Ilda.
Ilda,
kind spirit, may we pass on by? We are seeking a foe of ours who may wish to do harm to Diderius and his tomb.
And she says, of course, and she'll float off to the side and gesture to the door if you wish. And then she'll say, and that's it. She'll just float to the side and easily let you guys pass.
You said there's empty bookshelves and stuff. Are there any books left on the shelf?
No, there's nothing.
I love books. I wanted some books.
do you want any books or anything? It looks a little barren in here, Ilda.
When you bring out that there's a little baron in here, she starts to cry, and it's not like banshee.
Roslyn!
It's not like banshee level crying, so there's nothing negative to it. But she's just clearly in a fit of misery. And she's like, I failed. She's crying, talking about how she failed.
What happened?
Book collection of stories and proverbs and fables passed down by druids before the time of man. That I put it down on one of the bookshelves. I'm like, is this better?
And she sniffles a little bit, and you guys, actually, all three of you can make religion checks.
Yeah, Leo is losing his shit. He can't handle women. He's like, oh man, it breaks his fucking heart.
I got a natural 1. Do I have a reroll of that? Let me see.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 16.
Okay. So you two know somehow, because... Did you have a reroll, Katie?
Yes.
Okay.
I
What'd you get?
It was religion, right?
Yeah.
21.
Okay. So all three of you know, by some divine whatever, because it makes no sense that you can make this check and have this knowledge, but you do, that apparently, and she'll cry, and she's sniffling, she's like, it's a little better, as she's sniffling as you put the book down, but she'll basically confide into you that it was her job that to kind of guard. She was one of. She'll tell you basically. I'll just tell you this, that she was one of Diderius's apprentices. And her job was to guard this library and the tomes. But she was mistakenly banished when a thief stole one of his prized tomes, and he she passed on, but her business of protecting this place from its books being stolen wasn't done, and now she's a mess because everything has been stolen. She wasn't able to stop everyone, and she can't pass on. And you guys know that if any of the lost volumes or tomes that were stolen from this library are returned, even just one, that will be enough to let her move on to the afterlife.
We're doing it.
Hold on. Guys, I
Wow.
literally have put all the books that we took from that one castle in my hole. So I'm like, wait,
Uh-oh.
What?
I might be able
your
to
hole?
help this. Would you recognize any of the books that were stolen?
She nods. Yeah, so she's like sniffling ghost ectoplasm tears.
Okay, hold on one second. And I will take out a little handkerchief and I'll unfold it and I'll put it on the floor, which reveals basically a hole that has a 10-foot drop and a ladder going
Leo
down.
jumps back like a foot and is like, "What? What is that?"
You never seen her hole before? I've never seen this hole, but I saw Mira's hole all the time. She just would whip it out all the time.
Leo goes very, very quiet and looks down and has the HR moment like plays through his head, and he's like, "Nope."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you basically go through this effort, and those aren't the books.
Ugh. I fold up the hole back again, stick it back.
Well,
She will also tell you that she died not long after Diderius died.
Dear lady, we will do everything in our power to ensure that your books are returned to you, for no one should have to suffer this fate continuously. I swear that I will find one of these books and return it unto you.
And she's like cheered up quite a bit and does seem just visibly like reassured and happy that you have said this. And she'll say, well, I appreciate that. It would be wonderful if you could do that. I would be forever grateful. Is there, I don't have much knowledge, and many things from when I was alive have gone fuzzy over, well, I don't actually know how long it's been, but perhaps I might be of assistance to provide you some information. I can't leave this room, otherwise I would have tried to find the books myself.
Can I try and pat her ghost hand? Does that work?
You can try. I mean,
I'll try.
it's weird, right? It's
Okay.
like patting, like your hand gets like frigidly cold.
I pretend not to notice.
But like it's weird. Like you can kind of like at first you kind of like go through it when you like move your hand back up to pat again, and she sees what you're doing. There's a little bit more tangibility there, as if she could potentially make parts of herself, if she focuses enough, like tangible to the material world. But like you can see that there's like an act, like she's focusing on doing that. But she will say to you again if there's anything she can provide, assistance of any kind that she can provide from this room. She would.
Any ideas, gang?
I mean, so you don't know any more traps? Because there was just a skeleton ball explosion and I was not a fan.
She says, she'll tell you that Diderius' passion was for powerful divination magic. That's how he discovered the pool that resides here in this cavern complex. He excavated the chambers around the pool, and kings and wizards came bearing tribute. When he died after many centuries of life, this became his crypt, so perhaps he put into effect countermeasures, or someone else has. I know that Yuan Ti dwell in the innermost parts of this complex.
Ooh, that's good to know. Well,
Okay. Do you know of any connection Diderius may have had to Mistral?
As a wizard who worshipped and studied consistent magic, Mistral at his time was the god of magic. I don't know if that's still the case, but it wouldn't be peculiar for someone to venerate the goddess of all magic and the mistress of the weave.
Of course. Thank you. We shall return to you, dear lady.
She says, if you have any other questions, I will be glad to answer them if I can.
Do you know who the gentleman in the next room?
I was just gonna ask
Who that asshole is. Animatronic Bob over there.
She says that, what would she know about that?
Do you know his purpose? He keeps repeating this phrase, and I will repeat the phrase that he is.
Oh man, I gotta take my boxers off my inventory list.
No.
Sorry.
They were your good luck charm.
Oh no. I haven't been doing that great, so maybe they're my bad luck charm. Is my volume okay, guys? I know mine is pretty low.
It sounds fine to me.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it's tricky because they give me what she does know, but yeah. So I'm gonna say she doesn't know about that.
Okay. Do you know anything about the room with the well and the lever and what that may do?
She says, I'm not really sure about a well, unless you mean the divination pool.
Oh,
Is
what
that
do
the
you know
room
about
you're
that?
talking about?
Yeah, what do you know about that? That seems real important.
She says the divination pool allows those using it to peer past any magical protection that would block lesser divination magic. She says,
That could allow us to see a big dragon up in the north, maybe?
perhaps the pool's revelations could drive a user insane unless the questions asked were specific and dealt only with the physical world, avoiding any metaphysical concerns. Gazing into the pool without first offering a sacrifice is exceedingly dangerous.
What kind of sacrifice?
Yeah, because if it's people, we're not really that type of adventure party.
Or animals. I feel like people in our
Animals
party.
are people.
Oh, sorry.
Got it.
She says when the pool was first discovered, it required a personal sacrifice, but over time, these sacrifices grew steeper and steeper. If people have been using the pool since Diderius died, specifically, as I suspect, the Yuan Ti, I imagine that its current price is dark indeed.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Maybe
fair.
we won't be using that pool.
Want to? I just want to go back to the grinning ponies. They were nice.
Super nice. They had weird names, but they were super nice.
They're canonical to the Forgotten Realms.
Sure, Ted. Sure. Okay, let's go. I mean, I think we've probably got a lot of intel out of her.
Well, I guess we can always come back.
We can.
She says, I'm not... She chuckles a little bit, and it's like a dry, bittersweet chuckle, and it's hauntingly echoing in the room. And she's like,
I'm exactly what she's gonna say.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh
Wait,
God!
But come here, Ilda. And I like open up the door to the next room, and I point at the guy who's talking. He's saying that thing over and over again. Look at this guy. Who would do this?
And she says, well, he has the visage of Diderius.
Oh, really?
Oh.
It's probably an illusion, like on repeat or something.
Then she
Wow,
goes,
that's what I dropped my jaw. I'm like, wow, that's what Diderius is like.
Very handsome.
Mm-hmm.
and she says, yes, he was.
Oh God, I
Oh,
see
my
all of that.
We need some girl talk.
We need to have a slumber party.
Somebody get the
with this
rosé.
ghost. Yep.
Belladonna's way off track now. Let's just talk about your
Okay.
Let's just hang out with the ghost lady and have a slumber party.
I mean, she's probably been real lonely. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if she wasn't a ghost, like, there's something I could do, but
I'm
let's
gonna pull out my copy of How to Be a Successful Businesswoman and like How to Be Strong, Smart, and Sassy, and like open it up and be like, here, some reading material.
And you put it on the table, and she will read it.
Yeah.
As you
Until we
guys.
get back, because we will come back and soon.
Okay.
My books are more interesting. Okay, bye.
Okay, so you guys head out that door, I assume, to the north?
To the
Yeah,
north.
so, yep.
Okay.
Let's see on the other door.
For lack of asking you guys to make checks, it basically, there's a small 10-foot passage, and it connects to the room you were in before, as to be anticipated by you guys.
Okay, nothing on either side.
Nope, just a hallway.
Sweet. Do we want to go back into the room with the weird guy and then go to the north?
Yep.
Okay.
Completionist!
So you guys go into that room. He spouts off his thing, but it's fine because you guys provided stuff. So you head down into this hallway. There is a staircase that you can see leading.
Where are you guys?
They went back into the Diderius, or Odella went into the Diderius. Yeah, there they go, going down the hall.
Hurry up, there's guys in here.
Yep. There's
See you
tokens.
guys anywhere.
Keep
go into
going
the hallway
north.
North of the Diderius chamber.
Oh, there you are. Here, follow me.
Right.
Here? Oh,
Follow me. Like this way? Can you see me?
like
Keep
there?
going out this door. Yeah.
And then to the north from the room you were in.
There we go.
Can you not approach us until I get there, please?
Can we just chill?
So, as you guys open up this door and look down, the doors open inward, and you can see written on the inside of the door, so the side you're now heading down, in chalk, is a question mark followed by the words danger. And then there's a staircase leading down.
Do you mean up? Based on
Sorry,
the
I'm sorry, yes. Well, it leads up to you guys, but you are heading, staircase.
So we're walking up the stairs.
Walking down
The door up the stairs. Yes, I'm sorry, you are heading...
On the Roll20 map.
Yeah, you are... Well, this is really weird. Hang on. The door up the stairs leading... No, you guys are going down. That staircase is coming up.
That arrow.
The arrow is pointing upward.
And then, so the door on our side, the side we're on now, is what, if we looked backwards, it would
Yes,
say.
it says danger.
Okay,
With a question mark.
that's weird.
Okay.
Because I didn't find that room particularly dangerous, but what?
There's a question mark. So,
Oh, okay.
it's question mark danger.
Gotcha.
Not confirmed danger with an exclamation point. Question mark danger. So you guys head down the stairs?
Sure.
Okay.
Hear anything?
They said seeing the tokens.
I mean, it wasn't like I was trying. They just kind of
I
showed
mean,
up.
we've got passive perceptions.
So you guys make your way down the stairs, and you see sitting at a table are 5 creatures. Oh wait, I think because this is the crazy Roll20, I think I can actually show you what they look like. Let's see. Is this under player handouts? Let's find out. Creatures and monsters.
Okay.
Oh.
I have to run to little bio real back.
Do you guys want to take a little break before? Let me reveal them to you all first.
Okay.
I got a case of La Croix because all the cool kids are drinking it. So I was like, maybe I will too. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Really? Is this fucking really?
There are 5 of them right there.
Ooh.
But they're sitting at a table, and they don't seem to be at arms. And they're just, like, hanging out with a couple of drinks, and they see you, and they just stare, and they don't seem to, like, get up and get, like, all up in your shit. They see you guys.
Time to turn on the charm.
And, like, one of them raises his eyebrow at you.
Hi,
And
my
then-
name's Roswin.
Stop opening with that.
And then, yeah, we're gonna take a short break, guys,
Okay.
while we let everybody go do their bios and all that good stuff, and we will be right back. Also, fun fact for you guys who are gonna be here tomorrow, I don't know if you can see that, but now all of my cameras are mounted to the ceiling for tomorrow,
No more wiggling.
as is my microphone.
So
Boom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no more shaky cam until Pat fucking flails and hits his head on it, because he's Pat.
sounds about right.
Okay, so we're walking into a room with 5 bearded devils.
We're fine.
They're sitting at a table, chilling. They got some goblets. You know.
Well,
Hello,
are we ready to roll? Because I would love to address them.
Sure, I'm ready to roll if you are.
I already
Alright.
addressed.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can.
Let's start with that opening and see what they do.
It worked last time.
And they just, so you come in and you say, "Hi, I'm Roswin."
Roswin, yeah, my go-to.
Okay, let's see. Let me confirm if they can speak common, because that might change things a little bit.
I didn't want to be racist and just start speaking Abyssal right off of it.
Oh, hang on, I got their
They might
character
not speak
sheets.
Abyssal, they might speak Infernal.
They
yeah.
do not. Oh, they don't. You say that in common, I assume.
Yeah, if they don't respond, if they still look at me funny, then I'll say it in Infernal.
Okay. In Infernal, they seem to chime it like, "Oh, all right, she gets it." They do not. They do respond in Infernal, and they're just like, "We're just chilling."
Really, like-
The minute Infernal comes up, Leo's brows go very, very tight over his face.
It's like the dwarves all over again.
I can't understand Infernal, but I'm clearly not like stoked about this situation.
It's just a language, dude.
Yeah.
So
It's a devil language, dude. They're evil
Whoa!
as shit.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
Do we have to have a talk before we go further in this dungeon?
they're
It's
like,
fine.
and they kind of like look at you, and they kind of like look at the other two, and they kind of like narrow their eyes at Odella, and then they look back at you, Rosman. They're like, "What's up?"
They narrow
Not
their
much.
eyes at me? I'm so sad.
You're an
Yes,
Azamar,
the
right?
Azamar celestial.
But, like,
Yeah,
Is it that obvious to other people? Because I normally just look kind of humanish.
you get the
To
feeling
devils?
that creatures of the lower planes might have a
Yes,
key
no.
on that.
That makes sense.
So yeah, they say, "What's up?" to you.
What are they doing at the table? Are they like playing cards? Are they drinking? What are they doing?
They're just like kind of sitting there. They all have goblets, and they're just drinking, sitting in the chairs, just kind of like their glaives are next to them, just like leaned up against the table. They don't seem to be. There's no up in arms. They haven't moved, and they're like just chilling.
Oh, cool. What you guys drinking?
And they're like blood of the innocent. Nah, just kidding. It's beer.
You guys.
I'm looking at this interaction. I can't understand back and forth.
Yeah, and again,
Like,
what you're hearing is like it's
know,
very
I-
harsh and guttural.
And then suddenly a Roswin snort laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of chill
Very-
out. I'm
very-
like, okay.
Non-threateningly, I will cast comprehend languages on myself.
See, you say not threateningly.
Just wait. Just wait.
You start to hear Odella muttering things behind you. Do you tell her to stop?
Yeah, I'm like, what what are you doing? Hold on, buddy. They're just
I
chilling.
just wanted to understand what was going on.
I can tell you. Just hold on. And I'm just like, sorry, guys.
And they're like, yeah, we get it. We work for a guy. We don't really like him that much either.
No way. Who do you work for? I don't work
Varum.
for him, by the way. I'm kind of the leader, you know.
They're like, yeah, we work for this dwarf guy named Varum.
Oh, Varum.
Yeah, we're the only ones left of his expedition.
Where's he at? He just leave you here? What a jerk.
He left and he was like, you guys, guard this room. Kill anything that comes out of there. And they point at, like, the staircase to the left, or to the west in the room. And he was like, kill anything that comes out of there. And we're like, all right. So nothing's come out of there.
Yeah.
So we're just chilling.
Like, nothing
You guys
else.
came out of the other door, so we're cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Have you guys been in there? It's pretty cool.
They're like, nah, there's that guy. They're like, oh, it might be dangerous. So we're like, well, fuck, we're stuck here. That's what he said.
So how many of these other signs did you guys put up? What other ones did you put up?
Yeah, so we didn't do that. That was the coldest, but I think they're all dead.
Oh, what happened to them?
They're fucking stupid. That's what happened to them.
Silly cultists. I know. They don't, maybe if they had a pair of horns, they would, pull up some intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
Leo, at this point, Odella is looking.
And like the one guy like
at
puts
you,
down
like,
and he is like, preach it, sister, and he puts out his fist for like a fist bump.
I found it.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, God. I'm like, hey, guys. So I'm just going to tell them what's going on because they look a little lost,
And they're like, well, listen, we gotta tell you, like, we're cool, and that's fine for now, but like, our instructions are pretty implicit, and like, and we don't really want to get into it, but like, he is our master as it goes. So like, if you go down those stairs and come back up, like, that technically means we have to kill you. But there's supposed to be crazy treasure down there.
Crazy treasure. But like, if I just go down and I don't come back up, then it's cool.
They're like, yeah, but we don't know if there's another way out.
So did Varum go down there and he hasn't come back up?
They're like, nah, he went somewhere else. He's been gone for a while. We don't know what happened to him, but we can still tell that he's alive.
Are you guys like bound with like, is it like a pact sort of thing, or what's up with that?
So
like, the man got you down. Is that what's going on?
And they're like, so we're cool, but like, if you want, like, they're like, so we've been trying to get a card game going for a while, and we got no money. So it's no fun to gamble with no money. So if you could throw like 100 gold our way, or like some gems or something, so that we could gamble and make this a little bit more enjoyable, we could give you some more. But that's like, I can't give you more information. But like I said, if you go down there, there's supposed to be treasure. But if you come back up, I'm gonna have to fight you, because that's just how we roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell my friends, what you guys said, because I don't speak Infernal like weirdos. So
They're like, yeah, totally. So just like, if you can give us some stuff, we'll get you. We got more information, and we'll tell you about like the man.
Yeah. Okay, I got you guys. Okay. So I turn around. I'm like, all right. So they're cool as hell, as long as we don't come up
But they're
those
devils.
stairs. So they're not hurting us. I'm not gonna make a snap judgment on them just because they're devils.
Okay.
Can we have this conversation another time? You're really
totally. But okay.
Okay. So
What, do they
anyway,
want your soul or something in a contract?
they're just drinking beer and gambling.
No, I mean that's like fine, except they're devils. Like, have you not?
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna need you to stop. Because your race's judgments aren't going to have any effect on this that won't be negative. So, we gotta
Also,
put them to the side for the sake of the mission.
Belladonna's strategy is always to befriend whoever we can befriend.
It's true.
We
And
need you to
sometimes
go,
we
Red.
include sparkles.
Yes. You need to get over any at this moment.
Leo takes a breath and is like, all right, I am here helping you. I have promised my sword to your cause. You all are in charge.
Okay.
But I am wary and don't think this is a great idea for my 2 cents.
Your opinion is acknowledged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
If it makes you feel better, Leo, we will not enter into any contracts unless I explicitly read it over.
Thank you. That's
right,
all
Rosalind?
I'm asking.
Yeah, huh?
Okay.
Don't sign anything.
Yeah.
Don't give them any blood.
That's fucked up. They're just drinking beer.
That's what you say now, and then they enslave the whole mortal plane. You know. Whatever.
Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. So anyways, they work for Verum. They're like his lackeys, but their only rule that they were given was that they gotta kill anybody who comes up from those set of stairs. So if we don't come up from those set of stairs, we're good to go. But they did say there's a ton of treasure, but I don't really care about that. And also they said Verum's not there. He went someplace else and he hasn't been back for a while. Also, they said they have more information that they can give us, and they just want 100 gold. I've got 51.
You only have 51 left?
Is that a little bit or a lot?
Oh,
That's way more than I
It's a little.
Oh,
I will give the 100 gold.
Okay. All right. So Roswin, you give these guys the 100 gold.
mhm.
So they'll tell.
Very obviously show that it's coming from me as well as I give it to Roswin. So hopefully they are not as like dagger staring at me.
There's definitely like a look. Anyway, so you hand over the 100 gold, and they're like, "All right, so thank you for that." So basically, here's what happened. There's a bunch of undead here. We killed all of them. At least as many as we saw. They're all dead, as far as we know. So this dwarf asshole, Verum, apparently he lost something super important to his cult, like real important, and he needs this divination pool to figure out how to get it back. So that's why he's here.
Mhm.
And basically, we are here because we're working for the cult, not us specifically,
Mhm.
but Our Lady, Archduchess of Avernus, Zariel, goddess of the first level of the 9 hells. She's apparently working with the cult and's like, you guys gotta go help this dwarf guy. So I'm like, alright, whatever. So she wants Tiamat, Zariel wants Tiamat out of the 9 hells. What the second level of hell has to do with Tiamat, which is where she is right now, has to do with the first level of hell, that's above my pay grade. I don't ask questions.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, not your level, not your problem is usually what I would assume the rule is, you know?
That's what they tell me, so that's what I do.
Yeah, I get you. What was your lady's name again? Archduchess?
Oh, it's Zariel, Archduchess of Avernus. That's the first level of hell, but I'm sure you knew that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zariel, the name is being thrown around. I don't understand the rest of the conversation, but Leo's eyebrows have raised.
Again, it's all in Infernal, though, so there's a word for Zariel in Infernal.
Oh, that's not... Okay, so I don't hear the name. Okay.
Because it's, well, there's a whole story.
Similar to Infernal is Abyssal. Like, am I catching...
The 100% opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Law versus chaos. Oh, whole other end of the spectrum. How very celestial of you to assume that they're the same.
Well, I learned it from a book.
Yeah, I know.
The connotation.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you know, that's cool, I guess.
Is the Landress weirded out by this? Just curious.
Oh,
Is it giving me vibes?
there's like... the last conversation you had, right, was basically like, you need to do, like, I'm here, and I will provide you power and means to do what you need to do, but like I trust you to do what's right, and like we'll have some talkings if it goes the wrong way.
Wait, Solandris? Is that your patron?
Valandris, yeah.
That's her. That is her. Again, not that you would know this, Leo, but that's her. Her kind of angelic guide as an Azamar,
Got it.
who is also her warlock patron.
So do you know if like anybody else in you know the layers of hell are you know in on this, or is it just your lady love?
They're like, we don't know, but that's all we're concerned with.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Freeing the demon or the queen of chaos from the second level of hell and bringing her to the material plane that's gonna cause some shit to go down. But I don't really know how that's gonna help out. But again, maybe there's some deal where like, oh, she comes back and like we'll save you, innocent people of Toril. Come join a pact with us and we'll grant you our protection, and then we get their souls and then we get more powerful. I don't know. That's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like on level 20 something plus and I'm on like level 2. Like there's a lot of levels between me and her.
You know, you'll get there one day, buddy. I believe in you. But yeah, I mean
I'm so glad I can't understand what's happening right now, because Leo would have gotten into some fucking shit by now.
yeah.
Trusts Roswin implicitly.
And he's like, so yeah, tons of treasure down them stairs.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come up, I'm gonna have to fight you because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But he goes, that door over there, and he points to the door to the east. He goes, I ain't no qualms. You want to go through there? That's fine.
You know what's through there, or did you guys just stop there?
We just stopped there. This is our room. This is what we're doing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so you go through there. We got no problems.
He is so blue collar.
Yep.
Okay.
Part of the Devil's Union.
Yeah. I'm like, well, you guys enjoy your card game, but hey, like, if I come back, not through that door, but if I come back and I have more questions, is that cool with you?
They're like, yeah, maybe you could find Vera and tell him, like, hey, let your 5 buddies go from that one boring-ass room so they can do something else with their lives.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let him know. I mean, I might, you know, have to have words with him because you can't treat people like that. You guys aren't things, you're people, so...
They're like, listen, we were not anticipating this kind of conversation, and I gotta tell you, it's nice, it's refreshing to get somebody from the outside who can walk amongst, like, these people and them other people, and they just want to have a conversation. That's great. We don't have to fight anybody. Now we got some stuff to do, some gambling. And he's like, yo, you know, and he points to one of the other guys who's, like, pulling out, like, the deck of cards, like, getting ready to start playing some poker. And he's like, so yeah, you just go do your thing, and maybe we'll see you later.
All right,
And he goes, and if whatever you're doing, if this doesn't ever work out for you, you know, maybe I put in a good word for you if you want. We'll see where that goes. If this, you know, you do your thing, but maybe I help you out.
Okay, sounds good.
No!
I walk out of the room. I'm like, let's go this way, guys. And I shut the door and I'm like, nope.
Are we going through the door or down the stairs?
No, we're not going.
No,
down.
not down the stairs.
Because once we go down there, we can't go like that's like an.
Okay, so we're going through the door.
Okay. I look at Roswell and I'm like, yeah. They're devils. I told you. It's an experience thing. It's not a racial thing.
They're seem super chill.
And that's how they get you.
You know.
Best salesmen in the multiverse are the devils.
Well, you know, if I ever turn super evil, I've got a job, but I don't see that for myself. So, let's just never... I'm far away, and I'm, like, keeping my voice down. I'm like, let's just not ever tell them if we find Verum, because that would mean they have to stay there forever. and they're not gonna fuck with anyone else until they get other orders. So,
Agreed.
what's up? And I don't really think they give a shit about where it is. But yeah, so I tell you guys all about this stuff. Like he lost something important to the cult. He's trying to get to the pool so he can find it.
So we know from the message from Leosin that the white dragon mask was lost, and that's what he's here looking for.
Was it the white dragon mask or the black dragon mask?
The white dragon
White.
mask. So the one that disappeared from when you fought the chickie at the end of the last thing, right?
That was black.
That was black.
Uh,
Verum should have the white mask because he's the white dragon speaker.
oh, he
Correct.
said he's
There
Oh,
might
the
be
message
a chance
that
that
looking for the black.
Talus has it. I wonder if Talus stole it back.
Well, either way, you know that the power and the status that comes with these masks is not something to be trifled with. So if you were entrusted with one and you lost it, you are fucked.
Yeah.
So he clearly has come to the middle of the fucking desert to the rumor of some divination pool that you have since learned from a ghost can let you find something if you're asking for it. You know, as long as it's not metaphysical. So apparently he thinks that this is like, he's this desperate that he's here.
So it's probably the white dragon mask. He lost his own fucking mask,
Yeah.
and he's trying to cover his butthole. So, all right.
I wonder if it was Talus. That would be funny.
That would be so funny. I'd be like a little bit like you, go girl, but also like fuck.
Now we got to fight.
Alright, so we're in a tiny room, it looks like?
You're just in a hallway. This is just a hallway in between. Do you fill them in on everything?
I'm gonna save that for a later day.
Okay. So you don't tell them anything about how, like, who these guys work for or any of that stuff?
Sariel and...
No, not yet, because I don't want Leo to charge back in there and be
That's
like, die,
totally-
fiend!"
That's totally fair. 100% fair.
She's not like going to keep it a secret. She'll tell you guys later, but right now she's like, I don't want to deal with that.
That's
So
fair.
it's fuck. So
That's
let's
Okay.
keep it that way.
That's fair.
Okay, we going through this other door up here.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any, like, crazy markings or anything on it.
Okay, Leo first.
I'm first.
Okay, head on into the room.
Hell yeah. Let me move my guy. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, you guys come into this room. This long gallery holds a large pool in the center of it. You can see a set of double doors to your left, to the west, and a set of double doors to your right, to the east. Let's see. Currently, from what you can tell, the pool is empty. Broken arrows, bloodstains, and a dead cultist are strewn across the floor of this chamber. You guys can make me an investigation check.
A 9.
Great.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Got a 23.
Okay, so everybody but Leo can tell that the arrows were shot from the eastern doorway. The arrows are carved of stone, and their heads are carved in the shape of fangs, set with a symbol of a cobra with a crown above it. If this piques anyone's interest, they can make me a religion check.
Yeah, that totally piques my interest.
I point this out to Leo too, so he can make one.
Oh, hell yeah. Would thinking about the Yanti that are reportedly here help me at all?
You get the feeling that it probably is related, so we'll see.
15.
Okay.
Alright, a 14.
I got a 10.
Okay. You're like, yep, that's probably Yanti related. We don't know how so though. But you're not sure if this is any specific symbol. I think you guys had referenced at some point, or I had, or we'll just say that you did, Dendar the Night Serpent, but you know what that symbol looks like. It's a serpent in a coil eating the world.
Yeah.
This is not that symbol. This is a cobra with a crown. Inspecting the body, it did not die from these arrows. it clearly was some sort of stab wound.
Does it look like there's any poison or anything?
You can make me an investigation check.
Ooh, a natural 20 plus 1 plus 2, 23.
Okay. There's actually pitting and burnt, corroded flesh and an acrid smell around the wound, as if this stab wound is somehow inflicted with acid.
Acid, y'all. It's out there.
So the weapon was coated in a poison or an acid of some kind.
So it seems.
That's cool. Let's not get stabbed by any Yonti.
You also notice a stone sluice runs from the south wall to the empty pool.
Stone what, huh?
Sluice. It's like a chute.
Oh, that's a word. Okay.
Wall?
Where's that?
Floor?
No, in the wall from the wall in the northwest corner towards this pool. Leo, you figure that if you were to put something potentially in that basin in the other room, it's gonna flush into this pool.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
But this pool is currently empty.
Okay, so we could go back and we could move the water from that room into this room if we triggered the lever.
Correct.
That's my guess.
And it
Yeah.
would look like
saying
blood water.
All right.
Only
Well, that's some
Serve the
cool
mushrooms.
behind the scenes.
It seems very theatrical with all that blood smell and blood-looking water.
Well, all right. So based on my geographical sense of the layout,
Mhm.
does this feel like the room that would be on the other side of the wizard pool doors?
Oh, the doors to the...
Yeah, so
The
in
west?
the first room we were in.
Yeah, remember there was that door with the wizards on the wall and the
Right,
bulging...
the pool. So do I feel like the doors on the west side are that door?
Correct.
Okay.
Or at least they'll lead that way.
Right. Is there anything going on that side of the door that would lead to the bulging action?
Not that you can see from this side.
Well, also this temple has had like little hallways in between each of the doors, so
Correct.
I don't know. Is Leo smart enough to realize that, or is
Yeah,
that just Celeste?
absolutely. Sure.
Okay. Okay. So I think
You don't see it. This side of the door. You don't see any like markings or anything on this door.
So I think it's safe to assume that the other side of this door, there's probably a trap mechanism or something in between this door and the door in the other room. So that's good news. We don't have to walk through that.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be worth our time to go back into the first room we were in and move the water over here? Do you think this is the seeing pool? Probably not. I mean, I'd expect more flashing lights and magic and shit.
Yeah, this is rather not epic.
Well, at the same thing, this pool is empty. There's no water in here.
Are there mushrooms in this one too?
There's not.
Can I inspect the bowl? See if there's any like.
Oh, this thing here? Sure. Yeah, you can make me, I guess, an Arcana check, maybe?
+3.
Uh, 16.
Okay. Just basically as a general thing, you know that most divination magics and higher level divination magics specifically need some sort of surface to look into, whether it be a mirror, sometimes a pool or a basin of water. You have a basin in front of you. The other one was clearly a well. This
Right.
is a pool that has a bottom that you don't see. Like, there's no water in here. If this is indeed the pool, it needs to be filled, most likely, in order to utilize whatever type of magics you need to use.
Okay.
If that makes
I mean,
sense.
yeah, I was just trying to see if there was anything fancier about it, like if there's any like runes around the
It's-
edge or.
It's funny that you
Construction,
mention
maybe.
that, but no, there it doesn't seem to me.
I'm getting the vibe that this probably isn't the all-powerful pool we've been looking for. We'd probably run into a dead Verum if that was the case.
Maybe this is the joke pool, like so that people will stop and be like, "This is it."
Well, those 2 double doors to the east of us. Feeling real good for that.
Do we want to try to put some water in here? See if it.
I don't want to do anything with this pool
Yeah,
because
if this
it was
is a decoy pool, like, I don't want to activate that.
and also like if it's the real pool, I don't want to do it either because she was saying like you have to do something super dark at this point.
Hmm.
I don't
That's
wanna do
true.
it either because she was
I think our best bet is to
you have to do
keep
something
going and
super
find where Verum is, and not
Yeah.
mess with this magic.
Sorry, magical me got excited about magic.
That's fine.
Leo pats your shoulders like, I completely understand.
I
That
checked
other
the other
things,
door for traps.
But I understand.
The idea of being able to learn where anything is just it's very enticing.
The future is it's a dangerous thing, though. I mean, the best thing we can do is live in the moment all the time, right? I mean, if we looked at the future, wouldn't that destroy that current happiness?
Being really
I do not agree.
He was like, well, fair enough, fair enough.
Where was fair enough when I was trying to talk to those devils?
They were devils! They're lawful evil!
Well, at least they're lawful. I go and I look at the door.
I think sometimes Leo has been hanging out with the Order of the Gauntlet for about 10 years. So that is all, it's very like, they're all hit first. We have a very clear list of who is bad, kill on sight, and devils are certainly on that list.
Whereas Odella has been hanging out with the Harpers in any way that you can get information.
Right.
Correct.
For the greater good.
Hanging out with the Emerald Enclave, and he was like, "Don't kill anything."
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
said don't kill anything. If you like, there's gonna be a lot of
can't
upset
avoid
of balance. So if they get the opportunity to not kill something,
All Roswin heard was "don't kill anything."
yeah, that's all Roswin got out of that, I
I
guess.
already fucked up anyway, so if that was the case, no. But don't kill anything if you don't have to, and we didn't have to kill them, so I didn't. I'm following rules, kind of.
All right. So,
Let's go through these doors.
okay, you guys go through these doors.
I checked for traps with a strong 11.
Okay, seems fine to you.
Alright,
Leo,
Leo's
go
gonna open it up.
Okay, so head on into the room.
I keep forgetting we actually have to move our guys. Oh, wait. Yeah.
I'm so low.
Ooh.
So,
Me too.
this is a 20-foot high chamber, lit, although I guess the braziers aren't there for some reason. Lit by braziers, which I should have put in there. My bad. A massive stone sarcophagus sits atop a stepped stone dais in the center. The walls are decorated with life-sized frescoes showing the lost gods of Netheril and Anuria. So basically, Leo, you get a general feeling as you enter this room, it feels as though the other messages you've received in your head thus far, that it would be disrespectful to disturb this tomb.
Okay.
To disturb the sarcophagus specifically.
Everybody, this is a place of respect and silence. I don't know how I know it again, but this is, and I would like to make the gesture of Mistral.
Sure. Yeah, you can see, again, as you are here, you can see that there are these frescoes in the room. Which, if you look at them, you can make me an investigation check, or anybody can if they choose to look at these frescoes.
Hell yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, I also got a natural 20. Why are we wasting it?
Okay, so on
I
four
got a
of the
3.
Okay, so Roswin doesn't notice, but you two know, on 4 of these frescoes, there is thin plaster. Like, they seem to be made of a thin, there's a part of them that is very thin plaster. But as you move into the room and inspect these, a deep, booming, clear voice echoes from the coffin. You approach Diderius in repose. I know what you seek. And a voice, it continues. And for whatever reason, Leo, you get the feeling as though it may be speaking to you. Although the others can hear, just something makes you feel like it's directed at you. And it says, Yuan-Ti have taken the one called Varum beyond their portal in the northern wall. Be prepared, for I shall open the way to peril.
I say to the room, thank you, O great and wise Diderius. We shall suss out this evil that has invaded your tomb and restore order to your resting place.
Alright. Cool. So at this point, I'm going to snag Roswin. I'm going to move you. I'm actually going to do this to all of you.
Whoa!
I was like, did I just get teleported?
Are we literally going off the map?
Yeah, sort of.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to move Odella right here so that she's not on top of Roswin. So, you guys see now how a chime sounds and the door slides open, and because they weren't expecting it, and in fact didn't really even know it was a thing, you guys have a surprise round in which to act on all of these lizard folk here in the corner.
They're lizard folk?
Do you not see them on your map?
Yeah,
Oh.
but
I was assuming they were Yuan-Ti.
yeah, I was expecting one.
No. Those are all lizard folk, and there is, if you move into the room, which I'll move you in because why not? You can see that there are several.
I'm not wearing my glasses, so
That's okay. Here, I'll move you over
I
here.
see them now.
There you go.
Hey, was
Ah.
oh geez,
Oh, well, we're right
we're in the
there.
middle.
Well, all right. I guess we're.
I just moved you there so you could see all of them.
Okay.
Yeah?
Was Snapjaw a lizard folk or was he not?
Snapjaw was lizard folk, yes.
I wonder if they know each other.
You are on opposite sides of the world, really? Not the world, but you're very far away.
Why do you always assume that people of the same race know each other?
God.
I
I'm not one to
know
talk.
a lot of the other Azamars. So.
I'm super racist against all devils, and I'm okay with that.
As long as you're not racist against Roswins.
No, tieflings are different. They're not devils. They're just descended from them.
Let's have
Totally
this
different.
conversation in front of all these folks.
Okay.
Right.
I really feel like we
So,
don't talk.
Let's just have that conversation in front of them so that way they're real confused.
Yeah, they're like, whoa! Our surprise round is a
I think our surprise
political
round
science
should be,
competition.
Hi, my name's Roswin.
They cringe in boredom.
actually, either way, you get the surprise round. You do notice that upon entering the room, my mistake, there is a winch system that is on the side for raising this stone slab. Although you get the feeling that they anticipate that they would have to do that, not that it could be magically lifted. And because it happened so abruptly, you guys get the drop on them. And there are 6
Did
of
we-
these lizard
Did our
folk.
platform get raised on them, or we got descended to meet them?
The wall slid open.
Then we-
There's a platform there. You can see that they have a crank to lift it up into like the ceiling,
Got it.
but it just went open, and then you guys have your chance to
Yeah.
assault.
Okay. Well, I mean, he said that he was opening the way to peril, so I'm thinking attack.
I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, so go ahead and we'll have everybody. This is a surprise round, but we'll have everybody roll for initiative. and see where everybody lands. But you guys get the drop on these guys.
Oh, wow, that was actually a good initiative for me.
I got a real sexy 6.
Sexy 6.
I got an 18.
All right.
I got a I got a 6 too.
Sexy 6. And
What's
the
your tax?
lizard folk.
+3.
Oh, mine's also +3. Ted, how do we solve it?
16.
Yeah, mine too.
You
can
guys
go
can.
first.
Whoever wants to go first
Actually,
can go
I'll
first.
go first so I can do AoE first before you get into Muppet
Okay,
thing.
that's fair.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna be all up in that, so yep.
Let's see what the lizard folk got. A 4.
Yeah.
All right, Odella,
We're fine.
you are up first. There are 6 of them.
Okay. I assume you guys aren't actually standing there.
No.
Yeah, where are we? Ted?
Wherever you guys were in the hallway.
Okay.
Or wherever you guys moved to.
I think we're right inside.
Okay.
Why are they standing so far back? Let's see.
Maybe Leah's right here. It's a little bit ahead of everybody.
Sounds about right.
Like 5
Okay,
feet.
I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast that guy right in front.
Okay. So go ahead and make some attack rolls. 2 attack rolls.
13.
Bounces off his turtle shell shield.
And that's 20, not natural.
That does hit.
For 10 plus 5, 15.
Not bad. He gets hit with this blast of eldritch energy, but he is still alive. Then it is Rosman's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do the thing that I do.
Which is...
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam
Okay.
but in between these 2 people.
Sure. Yeah, that'll get him.
I'm not actually moving up though. I just wanted to see people.
That's fine.
Okay. And so.
So they had to make con saves.
Yeah.
What's their DC?
16, I think.
Okay. Yeah, they both fail.
Ooh, that's good. That's 16 points of damage.
Not bad. All right, so there's a column of silvery moonlight energy that is centered on these 2 guys. They are in it. They are taking damage, and the moonlight column does light up the area. And at that, it is Leo's turn.
Okay. Are any of them dead?
No, they're all still
Okay.
alive.
Sweet. Okay, then Leo is gonna run right here to be south of the nearest guy and hit
Yep.
him with his sword.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll, please.
Okay, that'll be a 21.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm still getting used to what my damage is.
That's okay. I think it's a D8 plus a D6.
Yes. Okay, so that's 10 slashing and then 3 force.
Okay. Yeah, you cut right through this guy, and he goes down.
Okay, sweet. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge.
You still have a second attack
Okay.
on your
All right,
current
yeah,
attack.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, then I'm gonna run right here in between 2 of them, and I'll cut down, yeah, the guy on the far east side. So
All
I'll
right.
swing at him with my second. So a 20, not natural.
That will hit. Yep.
Okay, and then let's see, 7 plus 6, 15 plus 6 force damage.
15, so 21 points?
Slashing, yes.
Yeah. Guy goes down.
And I'm gonna use my action surge. Well,
did you use it?
Yeah.
Didn't you use it when we were outside? Did you guys rest since then?
Nope.
No.
So you don't
Okay,
have that.
Then I won't. Then I'll just stand there and look really fucking pissed.
Okay.
And I'll scream to make sure everybody knows to hit me.
Don't forget, if you choose to, you do have Bardic Inspiration if you wish to give it out.
I feel like lizard folk are chumps.
That's fair. Just want to remind you. as we had this
you.
conversation last time.
Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot last game. Learning how to play bards. Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate it.
So then all 4 of these guys are gonna answer your plea
Hell yeah.
and your cry, and they're all gonna come attack you.
Yo!
Wait, those 2 guys have to take moonbeam damage.
It's when they start their turn or end their turn.
When they start their turn in it.
Okay. Then. Oh wait, my mistake. No, they don't, because this is a surprise round. It's Odella's turn. They can't act on a surprise round.
Nice.
Odella, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to move up
Okay.
to right there. And I am going to cast Burning Hands towards those 2 that are in the moonbeam.
Okay.
Actually, no, because they start their turn in the moonbeam. I know that from previous rounds. So I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the one. No, he didn't hit that one. No.
You could
Okay.
still cast Burning Hands and angle it away from Leo if you wanted to hit the other 2.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, you have a cone, so you can angle it more towards the wall if you want.
I'm always not sure about cones. And
Yeah, no, I mean you're an
Listen,
8th. You're an 8th level spellcaster. I like to think by this point you've kind of got an idea of like, let's just. All right, we're good.
There is also a roll 20 effect where you can check if your cone will hit people, but I
It's
don't
a thing,
think
but
that's
I
off the
don't
top.
feel like dealing
Yeah.
with that right now, especially because this is so laggy on my end because of the amount of shit that's in this roll 20. So they gotta make dex saves.
Yes.
And your save is
16.
all right. They both fail.
Yay.
So that is 3d6, assuming you cast it at first level.
I did. 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 3 is 14.
14.
Points of fire damage.
Not a bad roll. So they are all scorched. They're still up. They're all still up, but they are all looking pretty worse for the wear. Then it is Roswin's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to produce flame on the one that's closest to me.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
That's a 21.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. So go ahead and roll your damage as you hurl a little fireball at this guy.
10.
10 points. You know what I never asked you? I never asked, and this is way back, and I feel bad for this. What is when Roswin produces flame and throws it? What does it look like?
She goes ahead and she swirls it up, and it turns into like a little animal that just hops or moves towards them, and then just goes nom and eats them.
Okay, is it like so? Okay, that's fine. And because why not? Because this is Dungeons and Dragons, we can do what we want. What color is the flame?
It's just normal color, to be
Okay.
honest with you, because she's all about, elements and them doing their thing.
Well, as this little animal hops over, or slithers, or swims, or flies over and eats this creature, it just gets scorched to death and is dead.
I did it.
Okay, Leo, it is your turn. There is this guy is
They
dead.
haven't gone yet. I really wanted them all to swarm me for a thing.
Sorry, buddy.
That's fine. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and since I'm pulling aggro on this guy already, I'm gonna just run towards the other 2. So
They are in a moonbeam currently, and if you
Oh,
get within
okay.
it, and if you get in there, you could potentially take damage as well.
Oh, I see. Okay, then I'll just finish off this guy.
Okay.
Okay, yep, 26.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, and then yes. So 12 slashing and 5 force damage. So
All right.
17.
Yeah, so you cut this guy down as well, and if you position yourself kind of to the side of one of these guys, you'd be
So
able
over
to
here,
attack him.
to
Yep.
the south of okay. And I'll try again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Well, yeah, of course. So you can go ahead and roll your damage for funsies. It's 2d8 and 2d6.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 11 plus 15.
15. 11 plus 15?
Yeah.
Oh, so 26 points.
There we go.
Yeah, so you just, as you lop this guy's head off, it swirls around and just clocks into the other guy and kills him too.
Hell.
So just the severity of this swing and the almost vacuum at the speed of which this swing is brought forth.
Leo is just a flying pillar of glass.
The head gets
orange.
cut, and then the head kind of spins end over end and just knocks this other guy out. And your hallway, at least for the moment, is clear.
Guys, should we just keep running while I got this up for a minute and just keep it behind us and go?
Absolutely.
So there's a
Leo.
staircase going down to the south of where you guys are.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it ahead of us.
Okay. So as you guys
I'm
move...
just running on the end of the moonbeam, like.
Yeah, just right behind it.
Okay. So you guys can go ahead and move down. And as you move down, you realize that it leads to an area... to an uneven stone bridge extending over a dark pit. The bridge slopes downward 40 feet to another stairwell leading further down. Moisture drips from the ceiling, covering the bridge in slick moss that hangs over the edge in green cascades. You get the feeling that it may potentially be difficult to walk across this, and perhaps slippery.
I'm gonna fly.
That's fine for you.
I'm gonna try to do a cool ass slide.
Okay,
Oh,
you can make
God.
me an acrobatics check.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
I get ready to try to catch with my -1 strength.
Okay, what is this check?
Acrobatics.
Okay, I'm gonna use a luck reroll because I think it's worth it
Fair.
for my image. That'll be a 19.
Yeah, you just like straight down to the stairs and stop
Hell
abruptly.
yeah.
Odella?
Can I prestidigitate the floor as I move so it's not slick?
You can, but it's going to take 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48 seconds of you just prestidigitating
Yoga
every
time.
6 seconds to get across.
I will, as gingerly as possible, just try to make my way across.
Okay. You need to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
To be bad guys. Oh, nope, it's not. 18.
All right, yeah, you get
Hell
across,
yeah.
no problem.
We're so cool. Leo was ready there with his loot to cast fly on you.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
worry.
I got wings. I
Oh,
just don't want to use them.
But he doesn't know
I've
that.
never seen your wings.
I told you.
Did you?
Did you?
I don't know. You keep so many weird secrets.
I
Who
don't
knows
know
what
is
you
the real
kept?
secrets or what is
Yeah,
not.
what are the
Leo's just like, okay. Like
He-
I get it. I don't want to assume anything.
I'm pretty sure she whipped him out at one point. 'Cause
Sure she
I
did.
don't believe her.
Not with me. I don't think so.
I think it was in our like 8 months of time.
Okay.
No biggie though.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Leo was still there, ready to catch you, just in case.
Oh well, that's very sweet of him.
so, well,
Straighter to the left. Straighter to the left. Where am I throwing this thing?
hang on.
No, we automatically win.
Sorry, Leo needs to get in front. He needs to get in front. Okay. All right, he's in front.
Okay. So, don't go too far. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I'm right at the crossy thing.
Yeah, we're not that far.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So,
Traps!
oh no. You guys made it past the
Slime pit.
slime pit, which is where I'm moving you guys back to, if it would let me.
Oh,
Ugh.
do you need to go back to the slime pit?
Yeah, because there's some guys that are outside of the range of your dark vision.
On the slime bridge?
Yep. Well, they're on the other side.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. So you guys are right there. So that's like basically just over the slime pit. And there's some guys in the hallway that I just gotta go to the GM layer and move them real quick.
Moonbeam.
Yes, I know.
Can I kick them because I did a cool surf slide?
They're not.
That was really cool.
It was really cool. 10. It was really cool.
Mom Della does not approve, by the way. Unnecessary risk.
I didn't get here for listening to people tell me what to do. This is fine.
Yeah,
you
we'll
don't
leave
become
him.
the blue lion by being careful.
We'll leave him here. But it would have been when you guys were 60 feet back, but that's fine. We'll leave him here so you can successfully get past the slime so they don't knock you off. But,
Ooh, yes, baby.
Ba-dow.
Whoa.
Those guys,
Hey,
they're-
AoE, lady.
they are crouched and ready for you. And you notice that 6 of them are lizard folk. But the other 2 in the back are humanoid male bodies with snake heads.
Well, that's creepy.
Yes,
Not
it
sexy
is.
at all.
So I will say you could have moved the moonbeam onto the first 4, but we're gonna roll for initiative as it descends on them.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
Where's this?
baby, 22.
22,
8.
8,
14.
14. Roslyn was a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got 8. These guys have this.
My damage from Moonbeam was 17, by the way.
Okay, so when they start their turn, we'll deal with that.
Isn't it when they enter it, though?
Is it when they enter it?
It's when they enter it or when they start.
When they enter, and then when they start their turn.
And when they start their turn.
Sure. Then you said, what'd you say? Sorry.
I said 17.
17?
And then my DC is 16. And save.
Alright. Yep, so they all fail. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then those guys. Okay, so first up in the combat round is Leo.
Hell yeah.
There are 4 guys, and there's a shining column of moonbeam on them. However, you can get to the first 2 without entering the moonbeam yourself.
Okay, so what I want to do, I want to just keep the slide going and see my enemies and go right in there. So that the moonbeam is not on me, right? I'm just
No.
next to it. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna cast Earth Tremor. So I'm gonna stomp my big old foot down on the ground. So for everybody in 10 feet of me, so that'll be the 4 guys there.
Okay.
I need them to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Yeah, they're all gonna fail.
Cool. So they're all gonna take 1d6 bludgeoning, so 4 damage each, and they are all knocked prone
Okay.
as
They-
I shatter the earth around me.
They all get knocked prone.
Heck yeah. And then I'm ready to fight as they're all fools.
Okay.
Beneath my feet.
I just imagine pratfalls all over the place.
I slide over here, I land, and with a big stomp, I cast Earth Shatter while I'm getting my
That's so
shield and my
badass.
sword
That
out,
was great.
holding
That's
it
great.
down.
Okay.
Ready to rock.
So that happens. Then it is their turn. Then it's the Yuan T. And they're gonna go, and they are going to try and cast suggestion on Leo.
Bring it!
So I need you to make me
I
a wisdom.
made this spell.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay, sure. Alright, nice. Let's see. So that's a 16.
Okay. Yep. And I need you to make a second one as the second one tries.
Oh boy. Oh, even better.
All right,
That'd be a
then-
20, not natural.
Then you pass both.
Nope, I'm screaming too loud to hear their words.
Then it is Roswin's turn.
Okay, I move up produce flame. This guy right here.
Okay, if it's the prone guy, it's a disadvantage.
Nice.
Meh.
So you could throw it at the guy that's standing up.
I mean, I got a 13 and 15 and it's plus 9, so.
Okay, so you're fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Do this. Okay, that's so 13 damage.
Oh yeah, he's totally dead.
As a little sneaky snake comes up and just eats them.
Okay, yeah, dead. Odella.
I'll move up.
Yep.
And then I am going to use 2 charges from my Ring of Shooting Stars.
Okay.
And I'm going to do 2 shooting stars, basically.
Mhm.
So 15-foot cube. I want to get it so I get the back guys and then the 2 rows ahead of them, I think.
Yeah, I think you can hit all of them, I think.
So I want to get them twice
Okay.
with these shooting stars.
So what's the save? Is it a save?
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll the damage. We'll see how they do. Not very well. Jesus.
Uh, 31 points damage.
Yeah. So based on that, and the fact that most of these guys after the initial onslaught had 1 HP, everybody's dead. You kill all of them.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Because it's also a pretty good spot to end it, and Claire's texting me about going to look at houses, so that's a good point to bring this episode to a close. So, thank you everyone for watching. We're going to stop it here, and we'll continue with the dungeon on our next adventure, as I will... Also, my Roll20 froze, so it won't let me delete these enemies, so... but without further ado, Katie, why don't you tell people who you are and where they can find you on the internet?
Hi, I'm Katie, aka Lazy Mermaiden. You can find me on Twitter at lazy_mermaiden. And you can also find me Sunday nights on Ewok Fuzzy Nuts channel as I play a tiefling paladin of Sune with a bunch of disgusting pirates.
There you go. Celeste, what about you?
Hey everybody, I'm Celeste Conowitch. You can find me on Twitter at @CConowitch. If you like my stuff, check out my podcast and live stream show, Venture Maidens, which you can find anywhere where podcasts are free, or you can find on Twitch. We live stream every other Wednesday, or we have another show called After Hours that we do on those Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, find us, the Venture Maidens, on Twitch. Check out our stuff. Thanks for being here.
All right, and Laura, what about you?
My name's Laura. You can find me on Twitter at When in Rome. I'm on here every other Monday night. Also, I will be back on with Katie on Ewok Fuzzy Nuts channel on Sunday, where I play, if you're into Magic the Gathering, I actually play a race from Magic the Gathering, and it's a drunken monk. So,
Hell yeah.
Grizz is a lot of fun.
There you go. And I'm Ted. This is Nerd Immersion. You know what goes on here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for more homebrew stuff. Yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye everybody.